I'm sorry, Father. I didn't mean to. I've broken the spear Grandfather gave you. I know this was very special to you, but it's all right, my son. I'll make a new spear for you. What? You're just going to let Mato go like that? I told you if you would have given it to me instead of him, nothing would have happened to Grandfather's spear. Why, Father? Why do you always favor Mato over me? My dear Makawi, he's your elder brother. Just as he is special to me, you too are my sweet little child. No, Father, I know you'll never scold Mato no matter what he does. Jealous, Makawi? Mato, don't tease your little sister. On a beautiful reservation in Sekui, Washington, not too far from the bay, lived a family of 4. Shikoba and his wife, Cheona, lived with their 2 children, Mato, their firstborn son, and Makawi, their precious daughter. Mato was 17 years old and was soon to become 18, and Makawi was 15. The family lived on acres of land in a small house that had been passed down to them by their ancestors for generations after generations. Shikoba belonged to the Kiniwakua, a Native American tribe that lived in Sekui for ages. His heart was embedded in the land of his people, and he lived to keep the culture of his natives alive. Mato and Makawi had grown up amidst the greenery of nature, among the culture of their forefathers, learning the traditions of the Kiniwakua. Just like any pair of siblings, Mato and Makawi got into their usual fights, but none could deny the strong bond they had. Makawi was always a little irritated at the fact that her father always favored her elder brother over her. Sometimes it even felt like Makawi didn't exist. It wasn't that Makawi didn't receive love and attention from her parents, but Mato always seemed to be getting extra special treatment. Makawi couldn't understand why her father prioritized Mato over all things, even if it were something small. If Mato asked for it, meant he would get it. Sometimes it made Makawi wish that she was a boy. Perhaps then her father wouldn't overlook her. Recently, in the past few months, Mato has been receiving extra special care, and it was because he was coming of age. Mato would soon be 18, and in the Kiniwakua tribe, there would be a grand feast and preparation for this very festive occasion. All attention was on Mato, as if things weren't like that already. His mother was preparing all types of dishes just for him, oiling his hair, sewing his own traditional garments, and bringing over the skilled elderly woman of the tribe to embellish Mato with sacred elements, ointments, and colors with the seal of the Kiniwakua to bring blessings of the spirits. What is happening? I've never seen something like this before. All the sacred herbs and dyes are losing its color. The ointments have suddenly lost their scent. This boy cannot bear the seal of the Kiniwakua. Perhaps they've gone old. Maybe if you bring new oils they will work. No, Cheona, I feel there is something wrong. There is something lurking in the air. These materials are sacred. Only an inauspicious presence would rot them. My son, tonight is the night. We will go to the farthest point of the land until the water reaches us, and we will fulfill the ritual of our forefathers. From today, you will be counted amongst the men of our tribe. That night, at around 11, Shikoba dressed in his special tribal attire and took his son into the woods, walking to the sacred ground where the ceremony was to be held. The ritual was only to be performed in seclusion among father and son. The skies were dark. There was a cool breeze in the air. As Shikoba and Mato walked along the trail covered in twigs, twisted roots, and dry leaves, they could hear the sound of their footsteps mixing into the rhythmic beat of the heart of the forest. Mato could hear the crickets chirping, the frogs croaking in the distance by the creek. He had been down this path before, but something about tonight seemed different. There was something in the atmosphere, a presence hovering over him and his father. The forest trees surrounded them on one side as they looked at the vast ocean in front of them, as they stood at the last point of the cliff on the sacred ground. Mato was amazed to see the wispy clouds gathered above the circle of sanctity. Shikoba ran his hands along the ground, picking up the dust along his fingers. He rubbed it on Mato's cheeks. "Feel the earth, Mato. You must not only walk upon it, but you must be one and the same with the soil of the land. We will commence the ritual of blood that runs within us, runs among the Kiniwakua. With you will be the start to a new beginning, a new reign. I have brought you up with my best. I have taught you what you need to know, and I have held my patience to tell you the secret of our family. The secret that has been kept safe from father to son. It is today that you will experience something out of this world. We are not just part of any ordinary family. We belong to the family of the warriors. The family that can sacrifice themselves for the safety of the tribe. Our family has been blessed with a huge responsibility. Never look at it as a burden, for whoever of the tribe gives their life for the protection of his people is the most honored of men. I am about to tell you something that might cause you fear, but worry not, because I've gone through the same, and so has every firstborn in the family. It is passed down in our bloodline. My son, you see many men walking the earth alongside you, but do not be fooled by their human appearance. Not everyone is what they seem to be. Among men, there are some who are much more than that. There are some who are beasts and creatures, only in the form of men. And among those creatures that roam our native lands, there is good and evil, and you must fight the evil. But father, I don't understand. How will I fight them? Once we perform this ceremony of blood, you will transform into something that you were never aware was within you. The blood of the beast will take over your body and you will become it. It was I who had been protecting the Kiniwakua since my father passed it on to me, and now you will have to fulfill the duty. Do not fear, my son. The transformation might feel painful at first, but over time, you will gain much strength and overcome your weaknesses. Are you prepared? Yes, father, I'm ready to give my life for the protection of the Kiniwakua. Shikoba looked at the night sky. The stars were dazzling. The full moon shone so bright it reflected an aura of purity over the circle of sanctity. Our ancestors are watching over us. One day, I will be there watching over you when you pass this on to your firstborn. It is time to light the fire. Shikoba gathered some dry wood and twigs and started a fire. He took off the locket he wore around his neck. He opened it up, revealing a black dust. Mato, when I put this into the fire, the ritual will be completed, and we will both turn into our true warrior forms. Father, I give you my word. I'll never turn my back on the safety of the people. Shikoba nodded his head and threw the black dust into the fire. All of a sudden, the fire roared. The flames went wild, illuminating in colors Mato had never seen before. There on the other side, where his father stood, Mato stared at a creature in horror. The flames now encompassed the beast as if he were made of the fire, glowing bright yellow and orange. Mato stumbled back in fear as the fire slowly extinguished and the beast walked towards him. Mato looked at his own hands. He was still himself. He was normal. Nothing had happened to him. He shook as he looked at his father, at the beast. His father looked at him in confusion and utter bewilderment. Mato hadn't transformed. As his father approached him, Mato yelled out. He scrambled to his feet and ran into the woods in fear. Shikoba calmed his spirit and returned to his human form. My son, I don't understand. How can this be? He looked at the skies. The night was eerily quiet. What had just happened? This transformation was unavoidable once the ritual of blood had been performed. Shikoba had taken on the beastly form himself. Mato too should have taken on his real form. Shikoba held his head. This couldn't be. He called out to the stars. My forefathers, show me where have I gone wrong? Why was my firstborn not accepted among the warriors? What will happen to our lineage? In the darkness of the night, Cheona waited for her husband and her son to return home. It was getting late. Soon she went to bed. Makawi too had drifted off to a sweet slumber. It was in the middle of the night when Makawi suddenly started to feel strange. The moonlight seeped through her curtains and a cool breeze ran through the windows. Makawi got up and screamed out of horror. Makawi stared at her hands in shock and disbelief. They weren't hands. They were the paws of a beast. She looked at her sharp claws. Makawi ran to the mirror. She stared at the reflection of a beast. What was happening to her? Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.